Blog Talk Radio.
E-A-T-L-E-S Eagles! E-A-T-L-E-S Eagles! Fly, Eagles, fly, on the road to victory. Fly, Eagles, fly, score a touchdown, 1, 2, 3. Hit 'em low, hit 'em high, and watch our Eagles fly. Fly, Eagles, fly, on the road to victory. E-A-T-L-E-S Eagles!
Welcome to another episode of Barbershop Talk Radio. I'm your host, Yun9Slim.
And I'm your co-host, Kim.
Wow.
Of course, we had to come out starting off with the Eagles song after yesterday's
demolishing.
Yeah, I was thinking of the right word to say.
Domination. Manhandling. Beat down.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Whooping.
Yeah, I thought the Eagles were going to win, but I didn't think they were going to win like that. Supposedly Minnesota has the best defense.
Slapping ass with both hands.
Yeah. They ought to be ashamed of themselves. I heard one of the shows that you watch on TV saying that Minnesota had nothing to regret. They had no regrets they had nothing to regret over yesterday's game. I'm like, I don't know what game they were watching. What do you mean they have no regrets? Like, they let the Eagles manhandle them. I mean,
they
couldn't stop them.
They got fucked up. They got trashed.
They couldn't stop them.
They couldn't stop them, and they couldn't score. They scored on the first drive, and after that, it was a wrap.
It's good for us, we wanted the Eagles to win, but man, if I was Minnesota, I'd be ashamed of myself.
I mean, they ain't got nothing to be ashamed of. I mean, sometimes it's okay just to admit that you lost to a better team. That's what I've learned in my.
When the media is hyping you up that you're the best defense and blah blah blah, that's the media. Eagles,
that's the media though.
But I don't care. Even if the media is hyping you up, you're up on this level. Like you don't want to disappoint anybody. You expect to be what they think you are.
Well, I expected them to lose. Because they've never beat the Eagles, and they've never beat the Eagles in the playoffs. Period.
They've never won a game they were expected to win either.
I mean, I don't know why you keep saying
that. That they were favored to win.
They've won games that they were favored to win. They've never won a game. Stats. I don't think they've won a game in the
playoffs that they were favored to win.
Maybe not this decade. But they've won playoff games. They've made it to the Super Bowl.
They've won playoff games, but not that they were favored to win.
I don't know where you got that from.
I'll show you the stat.
You're gonna have to show me that.
It up.
You're gonna have to show me that.
I don't even know where I saw that.
Where the fuck
it's stuck
did
in
you
my
get
head,
that from?
and
you keep saying, I'm like, what the fuck?
I don't know where I found it at, but I saw it somewhere, and I can't forget it
They've
now.
won games that they were favored to win. They've had to. They went 13-3.
Before the Eagles and Vikings game, I was looking up to see if they ever played each other and if they ever won.
Yeah. We've played them.
Who was favored to win? That's what it was.
We've played them multiple times in the playoffs. The last time we went to the Super Bowl, and we played them, and the last time we went to the championship game in 2008, we beat the Vikings. Last time we went to the Super Bowl, we beat the Vikings. So
if I was
whooping up on the Vikings is the thing that we be doing.
Like you said, we're going to Minnesota. We're going home with them.
Yeah.
I would be, if I was Minnesota. The Eagles just beat my ass, and now they're coming to my hometown and playing in my stadium. And after they whooped my ass in the Super Bowl,
in the championship game.
Yeah, in the championship game. But they're playing the Super Bowl in my hometown after they beat my ass.
Well, it happens. Sometimes you just lose to the better team.
Yeah.
And this is the thing. They're going home and they're doing their. When you lose at this level of football, you go with your head down and you feel like shit.
Yeah.
And you have to do what they call is an exit report type shit. It's basically like, okay. It's like a physical, then you see like the doctor and you talk to the coaches like, oh, thank you for having me on the team this year. I'll see you next season. You clean out your locker.
Right.
Now you have to, since they're hosting the Super Bowl this year, so they have to have that done like by tomorrow.
Yeah, they have to have all the lockers cleared out for New England.
I want the Minnesota fucking Vikings to clean out their lockers.
Go home.
For the Philadelphia Eagles. Because we're going to use their home team locker room for our locker room in the Super Bowl.
Who's Minnesota's quarterback? That's who.
Case Keenum. Well, he needs to have that shit empty by tomorrow.
Didn't you have something you wanted to say about the Eagles and the Super Bowl?
All right.
Just some coincidences we came across.
Well, besides the fact that, the first coincidence that everyone happens to already know that the Philadelphia Eagles last time we made it to the Super Bowl, we beat in the first round, we beat the Minnesota Vikings. And then the second round, because we had a first round bye that year. Second round, we beat Minnesota Vikings, and then we beat Atlanta Falcons in the championship game. But it was like reversed this time.
You said the first round we played the Minnesota Vikings. You said the second round we played Minnesota Vikings.
Well, actually, it was the Eagles had a first round bye that year.
Gotcha.
It wasn't the first round. It was our first game, but it was the first round.
Gotcha.
I mean, the second round. So we played the Vikings, and then we played the Falcons in the championship game. And we ended up playing New England Patriots in Jacksonville, which was kind of fucking weird. But this time, now, what I've heard, a lot of characteristics of this team.
Some crazy coincidences.
Of the 1990 Giants. It's like fucking.
How the Eagles are.
Bugging me out and shit type shit.
Similar to the 1990 Giants.
All right. Should I do it?
Yeah.
I mean.
Break down the coincidences.
Let's break
them down.
Let's break down these coincidences.
The first coincidence.
All right. Both teams lost quarterbacks that went to small schools and were number 11. Carson Wentz and Phil Simms.
And they were out for ankle injury.
No. Phil Simms broke his fucking foot.
Yeah.
Phil Simms broke his foot, and Carson Wentz has an ACL. Okay.
Similar.
I mean, that's similar enough. They both were drafted in the first round in the top 10.
Right.
Which is both, kind of similar. And then you got they both coming from good defenses. And they both were replaced by third-round picks who contemplated retirement in the season or the season because they weren't, being fucking. They feel like they didn't want to play football no more, which is Nick Foles and Jeff Hostetler. They both blew out an NFC North team on the way to the Super Bowl. They both dethroned the previous NFC champion. The Giants blew out the Bears. It was 31-3. The Eagles blew out the Vikings, and they're both NFC North teams. And then as for the previous year's NFC champ, the 49ers were the champs in 1989. And the Giants beat them scored 15 points and beat them. And the Eagles beat the Falcons, who were last year's NFC champs, 15-10.
By 15 points.
15-10. Not by 15 points. They both scored 15.
They both scored
15. Okay. And then this is another thing. Eagles are playing the New England Patriots, who made it to 4 Super Bowls in this decade.
Yeah.
And then the Giants played the Buffalo Bills, who made it to 4 Super Bowls in that decade.
Sounds like the Eagles are destined to win.
The Eagles are destined to win.
Just like the 90s Giants.
But what I said, this is another thing that points to the Eagles winning, because last time I said the three quarterbacks that had 3 or less starts in a regular season that took over for an injured quarterback, and they all won the Super Bowl. Doug Williams won the Super Bowl. Jeff Hostetler won the Super Bowl, and Roger Staubach won the Super Bowl. And I think it's time for a fourth, and his name is Nick Foles. It's time for Nick Foles. Applaud me. It's time.
Did you say the field goal thing?
Oh yeah.
That they lost at a field goal. So if the New England Patriots lose the Super Bowl,
no. How the Buffalo Bills? Well, how the Giants beat the Buffalo Bills that year was by a Scott Norwood missed field goal. So
if New England misses a field goal,
that's what it's basically going to come down to. If the fucking Patriots somehow lose this Super Bowl to the Eagles by a field goal,
by missed field goal,
it's going to be like history repeated itself.
That's just some crazy coincidence.
That's just some crazy shit. But how about the fucking Eagles? I can't get over it, yo. I can't get over it.
I'm screaming so loud I thought the neighbors were going to call the cops.
Yeah.
I said, we went outside to light fireworks, and I asked the neighbors, I'm like, yo, did you hear him screaming? And she's like, no, I was screaming too.
Yeah, it was crazy, yo. I'm still kind of bugged out by the shit, yo. I'm still bugged out by
beer bottles.
Yo, for real. I was about to spike a beer bottle and shit. After that Alshon Jeffries touchdown, I was about to fucking spike a beer bottle and shit, man. Like, I was with it. Like,
yeah, we're going to Minnesota. So I could say, we're going to Minnesota.
Going to Minnesota, yo. We're going to Minnesota. This is our year. I don't see how anyone can fucking... I don't... Fuck the... I wanted to play Jacksonville, but at this point, it don't fucking matter, man. It really does not...
If the Eagles play the same way they played, they can beat New England. New England is not unstoppable. I mean,
New England outplayed in 3.5 quarters. Like,
but it said they always come back they've come back in the fourth quarter a lot though. But they're not unbeatable. They're not.
They're not.
The media tries to make it out like they're this great undefeated team, but they're not.
They've made magic, man. They have,
but
they're
not undefeated in their seasons. Like,
no, and it seemed like the only team that's ever beat them in the Super Bowl was the Giants. But at this point, like, I don't fucking care. I'm ready. We're starting our dynasty this year.
They've never lost the Super Bowl except for to the Giants.
They lost to the Giants. New England.
Yeah.
New England's played in a Super Bowl in 1985. They lost to the 85 Bears, and they also lost to the Green Bay Packers in 1997, and then they lost to 2 Super Bowls to the New York Giants. So they've been New England as a team has been in a lot of Super Bowls.
We crushed the Giants many times.
Well, the Eagles?
Yeah.
The Giants win Super Bowls though.
Yeah, no, they do.
But just because we can beat them, they're fucking. New England
but I'm saying, if we can beat the Giants, then we should be able to beat New England.
It don't work like that. If it was only that simple. Let me give you an example. So you don't think like this ever again. Just because one team beats one team does not mean another team can beat that team. It's all about matchups. That's how football works.
Yeah.
Just because if the Eagles beat let's say if the Eagles beat the Falcons, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the Falcons beat the Giants, and then the Giants beat the Eagles.
Right.
And then that this doesn't mean like just different teams match up with different teams differently.
Yeah, they all have different strengths and
Everyone
weaknesses.
has strengths and weaknesses, and different match up with different teams differently. It's weird. That's why the NFL is great. The only thing that's making the NFL fucking bad is the New England Patriots.
You know what? I think we need to give to Doug Peterson.
Yeah, good morning, folks. Planning.
This is his first year coaching the Eagles?
Second year.
Look, his second year, and they're going to the Super Bowl.
Second year going to the Super Bowl. That's crazy.
Well, maybe give it 10 years from now, maybe the Eagles will be the New England Patriots. 10 Super Bowls.
New England Patriots are bad for the NFL.
They are, man. It's just not fair. It's not fair.
It's sad because the AFC is so fucking weak. That's the problem. The only team that can challenge them is The Steelers.
Well, Jacksonville beat them.
And Peyton Manning. And Peyton Manning's been retired for 2 years now.
Did you think Jacksonville beat them?
Well, Jacksonville beat
them.
They outplayed them. No. Jacksonville beat Pittsburgh, not New England. And they outplayed New England, but they just fucking blew the game. Yo, let's take one of these calls, yo. Welcome to Barbershop Talk Radio. What it do, dog? What up, man?
Yeah.
What's
can
up,
you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
What's going on?
Man?
Yeah, man.
Same shit,
We're going
bro.
to the Super Bowl, man.
Going to the Super Bowl, bro.
Literally, we're going to the Super Bowl.
I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. This quick.
Me either.
We're going to meet the Fokker style in an RV. We're going to the Super Bowl.
Yes.
Yo, let's go over this game, bro. Let's talk about how we dominated the motherfucking Vikings. All right. You breaking it down. What was the turning point in the game for you? What do you think? Where do you think that the Vikings were like, oh shit, this shit's over?
The first quarter.
First quarter, Patrick Robinson interception.
Yep.
You think that was the turning point?
That's what everyone says is the turning point.
That was their third. That was like their third possession, was it? I think it was their third.
No, that was their second. I think it was the second possession.
Eagles start off with a rocket, throw it towards the
every time the Eagles, I don't know, the momentum just changed right then and there. Like, we just woke up, like, because we started off sluggish on offense, like drop balls, and Trey Burton jumps out of bounds for no reason, and like our drive was stalling offensively. But
they got confidence there,
Yeah, once we jumped on them, we got points on the board. It was like no letting up after that. Well, the play call was excellent.
Yeah, definitely.
Excellent.
I mean, that's exactly what it was, bro. We basically out-coached them, physically dominated them, and that's what the national media was trying to say that we couldn't do to the Minnesota Vikings. They said we couldn't out physical them. They were too big. Their defense was too good, and we weren't able to score multiple touchdowns because we didn't score against the Atlanta Falcons. Not to mention a hot Atlanta Falcons team, but we won the game, but they weren't impressed with Nick Foles' 249 yards passing. But so Nick Foles goes out and basically almost drops 400 yards and 3 touchdowns, and they're still trying to take something away from him, man. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Right.
What about Foles? What did you think about Foles?
Foles? I thought Foles played an excellent game. That was Foles from 2013, definitely. Foles is on.
Just like it wasn't like he was. Would you call him a game manager in that situation, or would you be like, yo, he was out there like?
Nah, he was taking over. He was taking over shit. He was going out there like he was. I don't want to say it. Like he was going out there like he was Wentz, dog. Like he had that demeanor. Like he
confident.
Well, not Carson Wentz. Not Carson Wentz, but
he's Nick Foles.
Yeah.
He's Nick Foles. And
I see Foles
like that though.
I see his look like where he looks like a deer in the headlights. I see when he looks rattled. Yeah, they was coming with blitzes. Foles was still getting the ball out. Like he was on, dog. Like he didn't care. He'll take a hit. He'll take a hit as long as he completed that pass. You know what I'm saying?
He was balling, bro. Like he really was. Like he was just out there dealing, bro. Like I'm not sure exactly.
Too.
Like I know three. What did he throw for? 352.
He threw for like 356 yards, dog.
56.
3 touchdowns. 356. 3 touchdowns.
That's your Carson Wentz question.
Wow.
We had way more possession. We controlled the time of possession like it wasn't like we did it with the Falcons. We did it with the Vikings. Like all our possessions, We punted twice.
Twice. Now,
all game.
if you what was the question? Oh yeah. If you all right, this is the question of the night. Not really the question of the night, but it's a question I have for you. If you're Carson Wentz, are you jealous that Nick Foles made it, or your team made it there without you? If you're Wentz, are you jealous?
Yeah, it's funny you said that. Because the camera kind of cut the Wentz, and it looked like he had like a kind of like jealous look last night during the game.
He's gotta be, bro.
The only reason they're here.
You gotta be a little bit jealous, dog. That you just injured. You're injured. There's nothing you can do about it.
Yo, even Jason look kind of like pissed, but not. He was happy, but like kind of like
He's missing out,
like kind of feel bad.
Because you can't take a part of it, dog. Like I didn't really see Sproles or anybody like that, or I see Chris Miracles. He was happy, but like Peters, he didn't look like how Wentz looked. Wentz looked like he was
like it was issues there.
Wentz looked like he was like jealous a little bit, dog.
Think about it. He was getting props all season long of how good he was doing, where he took the Eagles at, and then in the end,
MVP.
In the end, Foles is the one that's going to take him to victory, not him.
I mean,
Nick Foles.
Balls,
yeah, definitely. But you think Nick Foles is like upset that he took the team to the Super Bowl and he's going to go back to being second string next year?
I mean, that's awkward.
I would.
How would you feel if you were Nick Foles that you made, even if we don't win the Super Bowl, but we made it there with him? He won 2 big playoff games. Do you feel like he should, like, how would you feel just going right back to the bench, like, if you're Nick Foles? Like, you should feel like you're good enough to start.
I don't think he goes back to the bench. I think they trade Foles next season. Yeah.
Maybe.
They probably trade him to a quarterback needy team.
Value as we speak.
What? Nick Foles is
exactly
only at the Eagles, though. He's okay at Kansas City, but he's thrived at the Eagles.
He only played 1 game in Kansas City.
But he's thrived in Philly.
Yeah.
What he did off of one game, he's a starter. He's a starter for somebody. You know what I mean? Next season.
Why not? Guaranteed. Chicago don't have a quarterback. I mean, they do have a quarterback, but he still ain't better than Foles. And I mean, there's so many teams that need quarterbacks, bro. Like, so many teams.
And honestly, I think the more people say Nick Foles can't do it, the more he wants to prove that he can.
That's what it seems like.
He can do it. He can do it.
So we win the Super Bowl? Yeah, I'm here. We win the Super Bowl?
Absolutely.
You think it's a blowout? You think we put it on them? You think we lay wood to
them?
I
don't think we blow them out like how we did the Vikings, but maybe a 7-10 point lead.
All right.
Absolutely.
Hey, I'm comfortable with that, bro. You know what? You're gonna get an applause for that one, bro. I think. It's
gotta happen, man.
Yo,
our defense.
Peterson has another game, like calling plays the way he did this game. We can definitely beat New England. Because this is the thing. We're so versatile. We can beat you any way. Anyway. We can beat you anyway. In any style of football you want to play, we can play. We can play high-scoring football. We can play rumble, fumble. We can play that snot rock in 3 to 4 game, like 3. You know what I'm saying? We can play that. Any kind of style they want to play, we can rock out with them, bro. Even with the great Tom Brady. Tom Brady's not going to know what hit him, bro. This is going to be the best pass rush he's going to go up against all season. This is going to be the best defense he's going to play all season. And he struggled with Jacksonville. He struggled with Jacksonville. And if it wasn't for bad coaching decisions on Jacksonville's part, we would be playing Jacksonville.
You think that's the turning point in the New England game? The play call? The bad call? You said their first touchdown was bad call, right?
I feel like the refs gave New England their first touchdown. And I feel like...
Yeah, the refs gave them that one touchdown. It was like 2 incomplete passes, and they were in the end zone.
Then a bullshit hit on Gronk. Like, that was almost unavoidable, bro.
What happened? They were up by double digits going into the fourth quarter.
In the fourth quarter, with 10 minutes left, they were up by 10, and they just got real conservative. And
like they had it.
4th and 1. They had 4th and 1, and they didn't go for it. Instead of going for it, they punted, and then New England punted it right back to them. They changed the field position on them, and then they backed Jacksonville up. Jacksonville had a bad punt, and then they scored, and it was just pretty much history after that.
Jacksonville let that game go, dog, and
bad.
We can't afford to do that when we play, though.
No, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. Doug Peterson is a better coach than Jacksonville's coach, Marone, whatever his name is. But
and remember, I'm telling you this now. Foles, he's going to win the Super Bowl, wind up getting traded probably to Arizona because they need a quarterback needy team. He's going to go over there, and he's going to be okay, maybe 9-7, 10-6. Arizona's not that bad. They got weapons.
You know what? I wouldn't mind having him go to Arizona, but I'm sure he don't want to leave Philadelphia, bro.
I think he's got a connection with Philadelphia.
I think he's almost like Brock Osweiler. Only in Denver he can play. Only in what's the dude? Matt Flynn, Green Bay. All he did was play. He sucked everywhere else except for Green Bay. So I'm not saying
yes,
but Nick Foles needs the proper tutelage. He needs the proper hands-on offense scheme and focused on what he does best. Not you just can't put him in the offense and say, Nick, run this offense. He thrives in that read option Chip Kelly offense, bro. That's the best thing he does. Reading half the field is the best thing that he does, and that's basically what they should do. That's why I would stay with him. Like that's the only offense he needs to be in. So if I was him, I wouldn't even leave.
You'd stay as a backup?
I would just stay as a backup. Why not?
But why? If you know you're better than that.
Well, first of all, it's not about money.
You're better than that.
All right, he left.
Wait for your turn.
He left last time. Got big money.
And did nothing.
And was miserable. Lost his job after week 5, and was sitting on the bench. Was pissed off. Got released on national television, on the reality show. What's that shit called?
Hard Knocks.
Hard Knocks. Got released on Hard Knocks. Embarrassed. And why go through that bullshit when you're home, when you're happy in Philadelphia?
And just stay there and hope something happens like it did before, or Michael Vick gets hurt and he comes first.
Yeah, but you never know when you're going to get a shot. Like
now.
You know, the easiest job in America is the backup quarterback.
And he's getting paid millions.
$5 million a year.
Just sit on the bench and do nothing.
$5 million a year just to chill.
I'll take it.
But when you're called upon, you got to do your thing.
You got to act.
And that's basically, you know, I would stay in Philadelphia if I was Foles. Now, you're saying that he was traded. You might be right. But at this point, if I was him, if it was my decision, I would stay in Philadelphia.
Does it come down to him or not? The coach is done. They want to trade you. You have no say.
You have no say.
Yeah.
Nah, you don't have no say.
It makes sense. It makes sense that they trade him because they're saying that we might lose our quarterbacks coach over to Arizona as a offensive coordinator. So if he goes over there, he's familiar with Foles.
But
I can see Foles going over there.
But think about it. But think about this, though, man. Like, He already seen that the grass isn't greener on the other side, man. He had to deal with Jeff Fisher. He had to deal with an asshole Chip Kelly.
And he came back.
And he came back anyway.
Yeah.
Other teams wanted Foles this year, bro. Don't get it messed up, man.
Yeah, I know that.
He took less money to come to Philadelphia. He wanted to be in Philadelphia. He didn't want to he could have went to Cincinnati. I think the Cleveland Browns wanted. Come on, nobody want come on. He don't want to do that. He could have started, but it wasn't about starting. It was about being in a work friendly environment,
comfortable with the players, comfortable with the people,
with the fans, with the building, the owner. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the fans love you. They build up your confidence.
Yeah, nobody wants to go fucking get beat up behind some bullshit Browns offensive line just to say that you're a starting quarterback. What? You know what I'm saying? Who wants to do that? Nah, man, I wouldn't do it. I would stay in Philly. What would you do?
I would stay in Philly.
Well, I don't think he really has too much of a choice if they trade him.
Nah, he don't. But I feel like they realized the value of him that, you can't really put a number on that, man. Because at this point, look, they're saying Wentz might not even be ready for training camp, bro. So if he's not ready for training camp, who better than the guy who took you to the Super Bowl and won the Super Bowl for you to be your backup and starting quarterback? And now, what? This is where we're getting crazy, right? Say Wentz isn't ready for training camp, right? And the Eagles start out 4-0 after they just won the Super Bowl, and Nick Foles is the quarterback. How the fuck can you put Carson Wentz back into the starting lineup, bro?
Take him out, yeah.
How could you take him out? Think about that.
Because
no.
Carson is the franchise quarterback.
Listen, that's the same thing Sam Bradford and Teddy Bridgewater went through this year. What's his name? The little shrimp motherfucker in Minnesota. I'm drawing a blank. Case Keenum. Okay. Case Keenum was playing so good that you couldn't put Sam Bradford back in. Remember, Sam Bradford's the starting quarterback for the Minnesota Vikings. Case Keenum basically won the job because he was playing so well. You cannot tamper with chemistry. So if Nick Foles actually goes out there and starts out season 4-0, how could you take him out and put Carson Wentz back in? That means Carson Wentz is the backup if Nick Foles starts out 4-0. Even if he started out 3-0, I would keep Nick Foles in there.
You can't do
after
that,
he wins the Super Bowl.
What
would you do, Tom?
I would start Carson Wentz. Put it like this. All right, this is what they're saying. They're saying it's not really Foles, it's Doug Peterson. The way he's handling Foles, the way he's calibrating him to run the offense. They're giving all the credit basically to Doug because he gets Foles ready to play a playoff, a championship caliber game, whereas though he hasn't played all season. Foles didn't go to training camp. Foles was hurt in preseason. He didn't get no reps.
Yeah.
He only got in when Wentz went down. So they had only 5 weeks to get where they're at now with Foles. So that's why they're saying they're giving all the credit and the play calling and everything Foles is doing is because of Doug. That's what they're saying. That's why I'm saying that they're going to go back to Carson Wentz because they can do more things with him. And plus, you know how Carson plays. He's tough in the pocket. He can take off and run. He can give you more than what Foles can give you. Put it like that.
Okay.
Hopefully, though.
I mean,
he's
we'll
coming
see.
back from being out for a while.
We'll
might
see.
be a little rusty.
I mean, we'll see, bro. We'll see.
But then again, this is Nick Foles' first year back on the Eagles, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if this is his first year back, goes to the Super Bowl, wins, how are you going to trade him? Like, you brought him back. Doug Peterson brought him back.
That's what I'm
Wanted
saying.
him back.
That's what I'm saying.
Hey,
Nick Foles is about to show that he deserves to start in the NFL, and he might do it with the Philadelphia Eagles. And that's just how I see it, man. He never should have got traded in the first place.
Nah, he was at his prime when they traded him.
He should never got traded in the first place.
He was never the same after they traded him. So
if a team offered me a second-round pick for him if he won the Super Bowl, I'll take it.
All right, let me say this. This is one more thing. Last thing. Now, what if a team, right? Not say we're gonna win the Super Bowl. Say Nick Foles wins the Super Bowl, and then next year, right, Carson Wentz isn't ready, and then Nick Foles starts out 4-0, right? And a team offers you 2 first-round draft picks for Carson Wentz. Would you get rid of him?
Nope. No.
After Nick Foles won the Super Bowl and he started out 4-0?
Nope.
Get rid of Nick Foles.
Nope.
I don't know. I would keep if he wins the Super Bowl, and Wentz ain't ready to start the season and he starts out 4-0.
I don't think he has faith in Nick Foles like you do.
I do.
There's no way. There's no way.
No way that's gonna happen. No way.
No way. No way.
Okay.
No way.
Well,
said it how many years ago when Nick Foles first started, he was going to take us to the Super Bowl.
I knew Foles is. He knows. Yeah. He knows.
They wouldn't even listen to that offer.
You said nobody would even listen to that offer?
Nope. No way. They traded Carson Wentz for 2 first-round picks.
Yo, don't be so shocked because they gave us a first-round pick for Sam Bradford, bro.
Really?
Yeah.
We got a second-round pick for Kevin Cobb. We got a second-round pick for
Foles.
A.J. Feely twice. Yo.
All these quarterbacks wasn't our franchise quarterback, though.
No, you're right. But
that's like trading. That's like saying you want to trade McNabb after we lost the Super Bowl.
Would
you would have done it?
Right now, it's showing that he is a franchise quarterback in the right system. Just like this is, you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of Drew Brees and Phillip Rivers. Drew Brees. They drafted Phillip Rivers because Drew Brees was basically struggling in his second or third year, and he just didn't get it down pat yet. And then they draft Phillip Rivers and just tell Drew Brees to just play out the season just to make. He had 2 more years left on his deal, and then Drew Brees started shitting, becoming the Hall of Famer of Drew Brees that we know he is today. And then they were like, "Oh my God, what are we gonna do with Phillip Rivers? Oh my God, what are we gonna do?" They should have. You know what they should have did? They should have kept Drew Brees and got rid of Phillip Rivers. But they kept Phillip Rivers and got rid of Drew Brees, and that's the difference. Phillip Rivers was never as good as Drew Brees. They got rid of a better quarterback for a quarterback that was basically unproven, just because he was just a couple years younger, and it was a mistake. And that's what I'm telling you, bro. If Nick Foles wins his Super Bowl, bro, this changes everything in my eyes.
I think
this changes everything in my eyes.
If Nick Foles wins the Super Bowl, I still want Carson Wentz as my quarterback.
I do.
I don't know about you.
I do too. But I'm just saying, if Nick Foles wins this Super Bowl and Wentz can't start the season and Foles starts out at 4-0, I'm looking at Wentz a little bit different, and I'm looking at Foles a lot different. That's all I'm saying. I'm looking at him a lot different. I feel like that.
We can all say that. We can all say that, but you gotta know he's a product of the system he's in too.
Oh, but Wentz wasn't.
Wentz is too, but Wentz is more.
Okay.
Wentz is more skilled.
Is he? Wentz isn't throwing for 350 yards at all season, bro.
Wentz threw for over 300 yards in that Rams game.
Against not the number one defense. What'd you say?
The Rams had a good defense at that time.
Yeah, the Rams had a good defense, but they weren't the Vikings. The Vikings destroyed the Rams, and Nick Foles destroyed the Vikings.
So you gonna go off of this one?
No, dog. I'm not going. I said if he wins the Super Bowl and starts out 4-0 next year, I'm definitely going to think about what I'm going to do with Wentz. I'm just saying. I've always felt like Nick Foles never got a fair shot at being a starting quarterback for the Philadelphia Eagles. Chip Kelly never really wanted to keep him, and Nick Foles, all he did was just keep winning and winning and winning and winning. So, and then he got hurt. Sanchez came in, and then all of a sudden, Nick Foles was gone, which was a joke. It was a joke. But it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Yeah,
I guarantee you they trade Foles.
On the Birds?
Huh?
What'd you say?
I guarantee you they trade Foles next year.
Okay. I'm just saying, don't be shocked. Don't be shocked.
I feel like you're looking at Nick Foles like he's McNabb. I feel like you're talking about Nick Foles like he's McNabb.
Nah.
That's like saying there you go. That's like saying, okay, we lose the Super Bowl 2004. Yeah, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Do you bench McNabb? Do you bench McNabb now that we lost the Super Bowl? Or do you trade him for 2 first-round picks because somebody else, who was the backup quarterback? Garcia or somebody?
Jeff Garcia? Yeah. You're right. You're like,
hell no. You wouldn't want that.
You're right.
McNabb's your guy.
Yeah. You're right. You said it. You made me think. You're right.
The Eagles messed up with Chip Kelly, dog. They should have never traded Nick Foles. They should have never traded Foles for Bradford. They messed up when they did that. They were stuck with this Bradford dude, and he's nothing but like a Ryan Matthews. He's always hurt, dog. He's always hurt.
Always. That's your boy.
You can't rely on him.
At all.
So that's why we knew, we had to get a franchise quarterback, and at the same time, Foles was available for the backup job. So why not? He didn't want to play football anymore.
I'm just saying, dog. All I'm saying.
He's doing a good job as backup. Why get rid of him?
That's what I'm saying. Like,
you want a good backup.
I mean, if we didn't have a good backup, bro, our season would be over right now. If we had Mike McMahon as the backup, bro.
Why get rid of him? Because he's going to count for almost $6 million against our cap next season.
So what?
That's why. What do you mean, so what? We don't have any money as it is.
$6 million, dog. $6 million is nothing.
No. We get $6 million. We can get that money to Trey Burton. We could get that money to Nigel Bradham. We could get that money to any of these starters that we got.
Oh, these quarterback position is the most important position in all of sports. Now, if we didn't have a quarterback, bro, Wentz got hurt.
Wentz should be ready.
Season would have been over.
Now, all right, even though he was ready, he can still get hurt again next year. How many years did McNabb get hurt in a row? Like 3? Broken ribs, sports hernia. It happens, dog. It happens. Only person that doesn't get hurt is
Wentz lasted 14 games for us, dog. 14 games.
Which is cool.
McNabb always got hurt in the middle of the season or something like that, man.
Yeah, exactly. You're right. But that could happen to Wentz, too, because the first time McNabb got hurt, he broke his ankle, and then all of a sudden, all injuries started piling up. ACL, broken ribs, sports hernia, this, that. You can never fucking know what'll happen, bro. You can never know.
That was a freak accident, man. Just like Woods got, we get a good another left tackle, we get a better left tackle, like our offensive line, we don't have to worry about injuries. We ain't taking sacks like that. Wentz got hurt making a play. That's how he got hurt. He didn't get hurt because our offensive line, he got blindsided or something like that. He got hurt making a play.
Out for the season means it doesn't matter how it happened. Out for the season is out for the season, bro.
Someone bumped into him.
Out for the season is out for the season.
Right. But at the same time, McNabb, his injuries, he got hurt the same way. Out of bounds. What did he do? He broke his leg?
I agree, but it happens, though. It happens. That's what I'm saying. What if we didn't have Jeff Garcia?
It can happen to any quarterback.
It can. It can happen to anybody. But remember, what if we didn't have Jeff Garcia the year that Yeah. Well, tell him.
I feel you.
Yeah. Well, Nick Foles signed a 2-year deal with Philadelphia, so he's not getting traded this year. Maybe next year.
Maybe next year. The rights to him, so he is coming back next year.
Maybe 2000.
Maybe next year. They might want to bring Sproles back, dog. We gotta have money. We gotta have money for every situation that's going to come against us next year. After the Super Bowl, we gotta sign these players, dog. We want to go next year. I want to go to the Super Bowl again.
So do I. All right, off the depressing bad news about
Nick
Foles.
Foles is only getting 11. Carson Wentz is getting $26 million.
Wow. All right.
That's a
Are
rookie
you going
deal.
to the parade? When are you going to the parade?
Yeah.
You're going to the parade. Once we win, you're going to the parade, right?
Yep. I'm going. I'm there.
I mean,
Eagle down.
Super Bowl, right?
Let's go, bro. Let's go. Like this is
Eagles.
Well, like I mean, this is how I see it, dog. We just agreed to disagree. I would keep Foles. I'll keep Foles, especially if you can be a franchise quarterback. But you made me think, like, yeah, why would you get rid of this guy?
I wouldn't look to trade him. I wouldn't look to trade him, but if they give me a deal that's, you know what I mean, that I can't refuse, I'm probably going to look into that deal, dog.
I feel you.
A lot of people don't feel the same way you feel about McNabb. They don't understand why you feel that way about McNabb.
Well, that's my boy. That's my dog.
Case Keenum's about to get $20 million next year if they franchise tag him.
Case Keenum is not getting $20 million, bro.
If they franchise tag him, they got to give him $20 million.
I don't see it, man.
Do you pay it?
I don't see it. No, I wouldn't pay that. I would. You know what? I would let Case Keenum go wherever anybody's want to pay him, and I would try to trade for Nick Foles.
Yeah, right.
I would try to trade for Nick Foles. Like, fuck it.
Yeah, you'd be the Vikings to give us another draft pick. Like, okay, we gave you our first rounder.
Raping the Vikings.
Us another quarterback.
Keep taking a pick. Keep taking their picks. Fuck them. You know what I mean?
Man,
but
he brought them into 13-3, so he had an unbelievable year.
Well, if you look at Foles' record as an Eagles quarterback, I don't know exactly what it is, but I'm sure it's a winning record. I'm not exactly sure what it is, but I know it's a winning record, bro. I know it's a winning record. I know it is for a fact.
Foles has a winning postseason record. He has a winning record with the Eagles,
and he has like a high-ass quarterback percentage as an Eagle and shit. Like, he has a high passer rating and all that good stuff in the playoffs. He's played 3 playoff games. He lost. It wasn't his fault. And, you know, he's got good numbers, bro. You can't deny it. He's got more playoff wins.
That's why you trade him.
That's why you trade him.
He's only gonna get $6 million. Any team would
bro.
pay $6 million for 1 year. It was better than paying $20 million for 1 year. And you gotta fold.
Let's play a quick game real quick. Yeah, go back a little bit where you were just at. Just go back. No, to the other screen. Let's see. I'm gonna ask you right there. Is Nick Foles better than Case Keenum?
Talent wise, yeah, I think so.
Is Nick Foles better than Sam Bradford?
Yeah, I think so.
Is Nick Foles better than Mark Sanchez?
Yeah.
Is Nick Foles better than Andy Dalton?
Yeah.
Is Nick Foles better than Jared Goff?
No.
No? All right.
No.
Is Nick Foles better than hold up. Is Nick Foles better than Andrew Luck?
No.
Is Nick Foles better than Mariota?
No.
Is Nick Foles better than that kid out in San Francisco? They just got got traded to San Francisco from New England. Garoppolo. Is Nick Foles better than him?
Garoppolo's good, man.
Nick Foles is good.
He's coming out of a backup scene too. I don't know, man.
Let me answer that for you.
What?
I'll take Nick Foles over him.
I was about to say
Garoppolo's only played like 5 games, bro.
Yeah, but every game he played in, dog, he's balled out. That's the reason why they won 5 games, because he won them 4.
Yeah, but Nick Foles won more than that, bro.
I said Nick Foles tied most touchdowns in a single game. He joined elite Brett Favre, Donovan McNabb, and Tom Brady in 2013. He tied the record for most touchdowns in a single game.
Yeah, it was 5. I mean 7.
Yeah.
7. McNabb never had 7 touchdowns.
I said he's tied with Brett Favre, Donovan McNabb, and Tom Brady.
Wow. Quarterback. What, in the playoff games? 7 touchdowns in the playoffs?
No. He had 7. I don't know what she's reading. I don't know what that is.
Yeah, it says the Eagles embarrassed the Raiders 49-20 when Foles tied an NFL record for the most touchdowns in a single game with 7. He joined elite company Brett Favre, Donovan McNabb, and Tom Brady as the only quarterbacks to throw for 250 yards and 4 touchdowns and preserve a perfect quarterback rating of 158.3 at the half.
Okay, there you go. Not the touchdown. It was the you got to finish it. Okay.
It's the rating.
Let's think. Who else is in the NFC? Let's see. AFC is Nick Foles better than I don't even know who Denver's quarterback is, bro. But is he better than Brock Osweiler?
Yeah.
He's better than Brock Osweiler, right?
Nick Foles is the best backup in the league. He's better than
I'm not even talking about backup, bro. I'm talking about starters. I'm throwing starters in there right now, and it don't sound like
Brock Osweiler is, hell yeah.
Yeah, right. Is Nick Foles better than Ryan Tannehill?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, those are starting quarterbacks. Starting quarterbacks that answer it. Yo, Toad. Yo, bro. I'm just stay on there. Welcome to Barbershop Talk Radio. Who am I speaking to?
Ghost.
Oh, what's up, man? What's up, Ghost?
You better get your stats straight.
What stats straight?
What stats? The only team that wanted to sign Foles this year was the Dallas Cowboys, and the Eagles signed him so the Cowboys wouldn't get him. Okay? And if he didn't, after he left Philadelphia, he contemplated retiring after the Rams let him go, but Andy Reid gave him a call back to come play for him. Okay? And then
That was last year.
Then he became a free agent. Okay, and Dallas was the only team having interest in him to sign him. And the Eagles said, there ain't no way we're going to let Nick Foles go to Dallas because he knows our system.
Oh, is that why?
Yes, it is why.
Okay. So
Listen, your girl Nikki knows stats better than you.
Okay. Listen. Is Nick Foles better than Ryan Tannehill?
Nick Foles is better than a lot of the starters in the league.
Would you trade him?
If it came to trading him for a nice number 1 pick, I would, but he'd probably retire from football if he had to leave from Philly again. Because he lives in Philadelphia, okay, and he loves Philadelphia. He never wanted to leave.
That's what I said. Now, that's another question. Now, say Nick Foles wins this Super Bowl, right?
You go back to Carson Wentz.
Just listen to what I'm going to say. Nick Foles wins the Super Bowl. Now, Carson Wentz isn't ready to play because of his knee injury. Now, Nick Foles starts off the season 4-0, and then Carson Wentz is ready to come back. Nick Foles is 4-0. What do you do?
What do you do?
Yeah, what do you do?
You keep playing Nick Foles until you have confidence in Carson Wentz's knee during practices, because he's not going to be out there for preseason, just like Nick Foles wasn't out there for preseason this year at all.
So you would just basically let Nick Foles keep playing until when?
Until he goes into a rut.
Ready to come back. But what if Carson Wentz is ready to come back? What do you do? He wants his spot back. What do you do?
Well, he's not going to be back in time.
I know.
Remember, you have 8 to 12 months from his surgery. He just had it done, what, in December?
Physical therapy and everything else.
So you're talking about everything else, talking 8 to 12 months. So you're looking at maybe him be able to start going to practice at full speed in September, October.
And then what are you going to do? Bench Nick Foles?
No, you don't bench Nick Foles. You play him until he starts screwing up. If he starts having a couple of bad games, you put Wentz in.
What if he doesn't?
You got to ride Nick Foles for that.
I agree.
Okay? Just like what happened with Drew Bledsoe. When he got hurt, Tom Brady came in and took over.
I'd be offended if I was Nick Foles and I was good enough to play only until Carson Wentz came back. And then
you don't have to rush Nick Foles Carson Wentz back into the games next season. Either.
No, they're doing good. They're playing in Nick Foles' strength as long as they continue to.
You could wait till Wentz's knee is 110%. Okay, so you could hold on to him, keeping him out. That's all. If you're about 4-4 in the season with Nick Foles, then you could possibly make a change and put Wentz in if he's good enough.
I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't change it. If he's cooking like that, and he's whooping ass like that, I wouldn't do it. If he's winning, you got to stay with the hot hand.
Yeah, but if you go into next season and Foles starts out 4-4, you got to make a change.
Why? Why would you do that?
What do you mean? Why?
4-4, like these.
If you're 4-4, just keep playing.
4-4.
Playing Nick Foles.
You're 4-4, man. You got 8 games left. So You got to go with your best quarterback now. Your star of the future to see if he could run the table off like Aaron Rodgers did last year. Nick Foles ain't that good at that type of quarterback. He has no personality. He don't have leadership.
Oh, he don't have leadership.
Nick Foles is nervous in the games, and he goes over and sits. He sits next to Carson Wentz after he comes off the field, so Wentz could show him everything to keep him calm.
He's a kid. He's a baby.
Remember this. Remember this. They had to add plays from Chip Kelly's book in for Foles to feel comfortable.
So what?
Otherwise, Foles probably would have not gone as far.
Who cares? How are you going to doubt them? Why does it matter what plays they're running? They're running plays that are working. It doesn't matter.
Remember, every quarterback is not good for every system that's out there for the team that wants to run a system.
Exactly.
Just like baseball, okay? You got National League players that go to the American League as a free agent, and they suck. You got guys from the American League coming to the National League, like pitchers, they suck. Okay, it has to be the right offensive scheme, just like with defensemen. It has to be the right defensive scheme to go to a team. Okay?
Defense now, just like it was in 2013, because Nick Foles is doing pretty good.
It is what it is.
Yeah, because they added a lot of Chip Kelly plays for him to make him feel comfortable and more relaxed.
Hey,
why does it matter?
A win is a win.
Why does it matter? If they don't add those plays for Nick Foles, he's going to be running out there like with a chicken with no head. He'll be nervous.
Listen.
Okay?
If they didn't add those South Dakota State plays for Carson Wentz, it wouldn't matter. Because those are the plays that Carson Wentz ran well, and that's what they did. That's what good coaching is.
That's right. You got to add to make it fit for them.
You got to play to the strengths of your players and not try to put your player in your system.
Yeah, but it's still a system. Like certain linebackers can't play in certain defensive positions that other teams run. Okay?
I know.
Like, we could have kept Connor Barwin, who was good.
I wish we did. I wish Connor Barwin was here playing.
He would have been great to win a Super Bowl for here.
I wish he did, but I love Chris Long a little bit better.
Okay? And I hate to tell you, whether you agree or not, the best chance the Eagles have to win the Super Bowl is to play.
Oh shit!
Did you hang up on him?
I didn't mean to do that. Oh shit! Yo,
the caller.
Oh, my bad, bro. Yo,
that's
Tone.
the end of it.
Oh, Tone, it's over with, bro. I'll hit you up tomorrow, bro.
All right, I'll talk to you.
All right.
Thanks for tuning in. It's another episode.
It's already over.
No, end episode. See? Are you sure you want to end the episode? It was still recording.
Oh, was it?